Welcome to our live stream of high school sports. Please note that this broadcast is produced by an independent team of sports enthusiasts, and the views, opinions, and commentary expressed are solely those of the commentators and not representative of the schools, teams, or athletes featured. While we strive for accuracy, occasional errors or misstatements may occur. This stream is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Hey, you ain't never seen nothing like this. Ain't no telling how it might get. It's the hypest right here. High school sports at its finest. So many highlights, you have to rewind it. Hey, Stream City, let me just remind you. The heart of a lion, the team full of fighters. So many stars on the field, it'll blind you. They're giving everything they got till the time's up. Yeah, legends in the making. History is made. We just getting started. You ain't seen a thing. YSN, gotta know the name. They gon' bring the flames. They gon' do their thing. Take it to another level, don't hold back. High school, got a passion and we show that. Got the drive and you know they got the heart. Number one spot for your high school sports. Let's go for the win. Hey.
Woo! It is Thursday, and I am here, and I'm a little late. If you saw me on the 7-Eleven connector, the YSN truck flying past you, it's just so we can bring this beloved show to you right now. Right here on YSN Live. DJ Yoakley alongside the 8-time best-selling author as well as the world traveler, Anthony Ronald Hartwig. Ronald, it's a Thursday in the Valley. You know what that means? A little football tonight. A couple different levels.
We got, and we got the zone coverage.
Yes, we have zone coverage. We also have, I believe we have volleyball as well.
Volleyball as well. We got a lot covered tonight.
We are complete coverage. We are no prevent. We're not waiting back for you. We are bringing it to you. We are a all-out blitz right now.
Call it a zone blitz. Call it a zone blitz.
We are bringing the zone blitz to you, baby. Look, Jimmy Powers already. He's ready to. He's all cranked up. Good morning, boys. It is game day. It is game day for the Youngstown State University Penguinos. As they take on Mercyhurst, and I think one of the. And I don't know if they're both starting, but I think one of the biggest storylines that has been just absolutely buried is that you've got two Springfield quarterbacks on the opposing sidelines. You've got, of course, the legend of YSN lore and history, Bo Brungard, who is quarterbacking and commanding the Youngstown State University Penguins this year, his fourth season. And you have on the other side, Colton Rourke, who was also a great quarterback in his own right, an all YSN selection, and he's the Mercyhurst. I don't know. Forgive me, I don't know the depth charts. We'll have to ask. Maybe Steve Leslie can help us with this. But I think Colton could potentially get some playing time, if not a lot of playing time tonight, which would be good. Scott Rourke, a friend of the show, but for our Valley, man, this is a perfect opportunity to see our Valley on full display tonight. I think the place is going to be rocking. We will be at the Varsity Club, just literally steps away from Youngstown State University's beautiful campus. We will be there with the zone coverage. Greg McAfee, Sam Torres, myself, Rob Johnson on the ones and twos, and we will have Steve Leslie leading off the show, followed by a plethora, and I mean a plethora. And if you don't know what plethora means, look it up. Correct the spelling.
Big word Thursday.
Big word Thursday. Plethora of great business owners across Youngstown talking about why it's so important to be part of the Youngstown scene and culture, and certainly why they're so proud to be committed to the Youngstown State University Penguins and all that they do on all aspects, not just football, across the board. So excited to be there tonight. We want you to come out. Show starts at 4. Come out to the Varsity Club. Lots of great food, great drinks, great specials, great everything. Meet Greg McAfee, Sam Torres, Rob Johnson, and unfortunately, you'd have to meet me too. Sam will be signing autographs for all those who who are gluttons for punishment. So enjoy that. And we just want to say hi to you and say thank you for supporting what we do here at YSN. You might see some familiar faces out there. I know Steve will not be because he's going to be on the air. That's a 6 o'clock kick tonight. And
Yep.
so they're getting kind of started before everybody else is, because we've got Warren JFK tonight. We also have Western Reserve tonight on the network for football. And then we've got volleyball as well, which we will we'll go over before we leave the show today. But we do have a great show for you today. A show that I've been looking forward to all week for a number of reasons, but mainly because I get to talk to you every day. And that's let's be real. But Jake Noling, you booked that, one of the hottest tickets, hottest commodities in all of YSN right now. Jake Noling of the Crestview Rebels will be joining us here shortly. We're excited for that. And then talk to him. And we will also, we do have some interviews if we need to fill time. I don't think we will. I had 2 interviews with the Canfield Cardinal football team last night, and you had some interviews as well. We were working. We were hustling.
I got on, and I saw you were on too. I said, "Oh, DJ,
let's go.
Let's go."
That is, and I want to give a quick shout out real quick to John Batcho and 94.7 ESPN Radio here in the Valley. I was just on with John and with Carl Bloom, and great thing they're doing over there. Great. I mean, it very, it was like looking in the past. It was like getting in a DeLorean and going 9 years back to where we started and cut our teeth, what they're trying to do and bring back local sports radio to the Valley. So it's very cool to see. And I appreciate them giving me some time this morning to talk about the history of YSN, how we started, and how we have, been on a spaceship, a rocket ship, right to the moon, which I think I saw Jake pop in for a second there. And
he popped in, and then he popped right back.
He
heard us talking. I was like, "Oh, this is not the show I want to be."
Oh boy, I didn't know it was these guys. I'm out of here. But no, I and you know, it's one of those things that sports is set. It's certainly a conduit for what it is here in this area. I think we celebrate sports better than anybody, not just here at YSN, but here in Youngstown and the Youngstown surrounding communities. It's incredible to have Thursday night lights, Friday night lights, Saturday night lights right here, and have them feature on YSN. I know the Scrappers are wrapping up. We had a little conversation about that. Ty's been the voice of the Scrappers. Before that, way before that, John Batcho was actually the voice of the Scrappers on the radio. So kind of full circle moments that we were able to talk about, but excited to see what they're doing, and certainly excited for another football week to start here. Week 2 begins tonight on the network, and it all starts at 7 p.m. with Western Reserve and we're in JFK. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we got the hottest ticket in town, because we have one of the best quarterbacks across the area, opening eyes for the last few years as one of the key components of the Crestview Rebels. Ladies and gentlemen, QB1 in not only your hearts, but of the roster, the depth chart for the Crestview Rebels. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Jake Noling. What's up, Jacob?
What's up?
Dude, you're up. You are up and to the right, dude. You are, if you were a stock, you would be buy. Everybody looking at Crestview, that was a marquee matchup last week with Western Reserve, with Crestview, and you show up, dude, and you and your teammates show out. What did you have to prove, and did you feel good about leaving that field on Friday night? Or on Thursday? Was it Friday or Thursday?
It was Friday, yeah.
Friday, okay.
Well, to start, it was definitely a great feeling walking off that field. You know, that was something we've been preparing for all summer. Ever since we lost that first week last year, we definitely had that marked on our calendar, for sure.
There's always so much anticipation leading up to the season. Like you said, you were working all summer for it. When week 1 finally gets here, what are the things that are kind of going through your mind when it's like, hey, this is the last week 1 you're going to get in high school football?
It's definitely something that, makes me a little bit sad. It's going to be my first, last game. But I definitely just like to take it all in, appreciate what's around me and appreciate what I'm able to do.
I know we're not going to be sappy here. We're going to keep this thing uptight. We're not going to talk about all the last things that you're going to do because, dude, you've got a season full of potential. You, as an individual player, I know you want to talk about the team a lot, which I'm 100% backing. But let's talk about you as an individual right now. You have kind of cut your teeth wherever it helped the team the most on the way up. Hasn't always been quarterback. You've been at different places, and at a small school, that's kind of what you have to do. Right. For you, did you feel like you had to just find your niche, find your spot until you really were able to do kind of what you were wanting to do this entire time and be QB1?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been a long journey. You know, since my sophomore year, I did start quarterback, and then I got hurt, so I had to make my way back up to the depth chart. I played receiver for a little bit. You know, it's definitely, I had to work my way back up, and then my junior off season, I had to, battle for the spot, and luckily I got it. So, yeah.
So I call it journeyman. What's it been like kind of being able to play all over the field and have the perspective of everywhere? Like, what it's like to be a receiver, right. So what your receivers are going to be doing.
It definitely helps a lot, honestly, as a quarterback, because, you know where to put the ball, you know what they're going to do, definitely helps a lot.
Did they ever think about putting you on the O-line?
No, God, no.
Yeah, I think as a quarterback, you have to find that appreciation for your offensive linemen.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we're just going to stick you up there for a couple games and see how it goes.
No, I love them, but I'll never be up there.
Well, I mean, they're always first in the team feed lines, right? Don't they get to go first?
Oh, yeah,
okay.
Always.
So there's some perks to being a big boy.
Oh,
so
for sure.
Speaking of your offensive line, talk about them, what they mean to you, obviously how they gelled in week one. And you guys, I mean, you're catching a lot of heat. You're catching some strays from around the valley of, well, they're not going to be the Crestview of yesteryear. They're not going to be X, Y, or Z. And you guys are kind of making your own path.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's definitely, we have a newer line this year. We have some new guys on the line, but, we've definitely all came together very well. And I'm really happy with how we're progressing throughout the season. And even the off season was great too.
Give us a little peek behind the curtain. I mean, like, you guys probably had a little smirk in your smile when you walked into week one and you heard all that chatter DJ was talking about. What were some things that you knew you had that maybe the area didn't know you guys had?
Definitely we have versatility at receiver. We have a lot of versatility in the backfield as well. Not just me, but Mikey Proctor, Wyatt Hart, Trevor McElhaney. We have a lot. We can do everything.
One of the things that I was super excited about was the fact that some of and I saw McElhaney a lot on social media, some of his workouts, but you guys are documenting. I mean, you're kind of doing it yourself. Like, hey, we're going to be there. Just make sure you are too. Like our buses will make sure we're at where we need to be.
Right.
For you, there's a little bit of swagger back in Crestview this year. Yeah. Do you feel like there's something you guys have to live up to because you have created some of that moxie?
There is, Coach Perry has, set the standard high, and, we have high expectations for this year. We all do as players, the coaches do as well. So we definitely try to live up to that, do the best we can.
How much do you think the week one win kind of fueled that fire? Like that swagger, that moxie gets amped up a little bit when you kind of prove to yourselves, okay, we got something cooking here, and now you're going into week two. You got to feel confident as all get out, right?
Yeah, it definitely fires us up a lot, but we still take it week by week, stay level-headed, stay in the film room and go at it.
Is it a challenge to take it week by week? I mean, you guys have to be looking forward to your schedule in the MVAC. I mean, it looks like there's a lot of doubters. You listen, or read, I guess it's probably more of the read stuff on those message boards.
Yeah.
But you read about who you were supposed to be and how other teams, are going to take you down. And, there's still a stigma to Columbiana County, and you're entering their area, their territory. Yeah. How much pride do you take on with what you feel like is going to be a big year for the Black and Gold?
I mean, I definitely take a lot of pride in playing for Crestview. And, like you said, it is definitely challenging taking it week by week, but we do the best we can in that, and that definitely helps us out quite a bit. So, yeah, we try not to look ahead. Right this week we have Lakeview, so we're going to do what we have to do this week.
And when you look at this week, obviously both teams are 1-0. What are some things? I mean, don't give away the playbook,
right?
But what are some things that you think in practice that you've been like working on or trying to say like we need to do even better in week two than we did in week one?
Definitely just the small things that we weren't able to do week one. Some of we still had to work off a lot of rust week one, and we're gonna fix that up this week. Clean up on some things. And yeah.
How big of a challenge is it to talk to Coach Perry and let him know, hey, this thing sitting here on my right shoulder, this cannon, this rocket, let's let it fly a little bit, Coach. Let's let it loose a little bit tonight. I mean, you have to have the. I mean, listen. There's no doubt that you're a dual threat quarterback, but do you like being able to run around a little bit, or you like letting it loose?
Well, to be honest, I used to not like running at all, and I kind of just found myself last year. I found that I was a dual threat. I do love running the ball, but naturally as a quarterback, just let me throw it downfield.
Dude, you just found out last year that you're a dual threat. Are you kidding me?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, that last year was my first year. I was really able to do a little bit of everything,
Did you feel kind of that jump, like from sophomore to junior year of now, and then along with that, people don't realize it's not just how fast you are, but it's the vision that you have and being able to manipulate your blocks and gain that extra couple of yards. For you, when did it start clicking? When did the game start slowing down?
Honestly, it started slowing down when we were able to open up the playbook a little bit more. I got more reps doing things that I wasn't used to, so I could get used to those things. And it definitely just made me see the field everything slowed down a little bit, for sure.
We've talked a lot already about the negative outside noise, but there had to be a lot of positive inside noise that was gassing you guys up, supporting this team. Who were some people that kind of broke through all of those people that thought, you weren't going to be what you were going to be and gave you guys encouragement for this year?
Honestly, just the whole, Crestview football community. Everybody's always supporting us throughout the offseason. They do small things for us. We appreciate all of it. It definitely gives us the fire under us to keep going.
You guys have a very special facility that's about to open. I'm sure you've walked through it and been a part of it. How cool is that for you to have that debut your senior year and give you guys even more opportunities for success, even when the weather isn't cooperating?
It's actually we've used it a few times already. It's kind of unreal to see it all. It feels like a little college facility in there. But throughout my high school career, I think I've been through 3 different weight rooms, and this one's by far the nicest.
I think anyone that watches you play knows that you're just an athlete, right? You probably can pick up any kind of sport, and if you give it like a 2-month work period, you'd be pretty good at it. What's one sport that you don't play that you kind of think to yourself, man, I could throw my hat in the ring in that one?
Oh, I used to play baseball. I feel like if I went back to baseball, I could definitely make an impact for the team, for sure.
Get back in it, man. Let's go.
Baby. Let's
Come
go.
on, baby. It's your year.
I might.
No reps.
I might.
I was worried you were going to say volleyball because,
God.
boy. Them Rebels can bring it, pal. For you, I mean, what's next after high school? Is it something you want to continue, with your football career following your graduation, or is it something you're going to focus on something else?
I think it's still kind of undecided right now. I'm still talking to my parents. They definitely have a big say in it. They've helped me out a ton. So yeah, it's still something we're kind of talking about.
In the same aspect, what are some things you looking for in a college? What career path do you kind of want to look into? What would feel like home to you in a college university?
Honestly, just I want to go somewhere with my friends. To be honest, I'd like to go somewhere where I have some of my buddies. Because we've been together forever. So I'd love to go somewhere with my buddies. I want to get into finance, something like that. So somewhere with a good finance program. All
right. Well, all these quarterbacks are going to be rich. That's what I'm figuring out right now. Everybody's getting into finance. They're all going to have awesome, villas down in Florida in the Caribbean. Congratulations, Jake, on all your success in the future that you haven't even. We got a couple more questions for you if you got a minute. But before you get all that success, who do you owe some of that to? I mean, he's gone. He's gone. Well.
Do you think you thought that was your way of saying we're done? Congratulations on all your success. All right.
Thanks, buddy. We'll see you. Not only is he hey, he's back. He's back. He's back.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
I just thought you were like, all right, it's over. It's done. He called me successful. I'm out.
It keeps lagging out. I'm not sure why. I'm sorry.
That's okay, dude. I get it. For you, I don't even know where I'm going to go now. Now I'm flustered. This was a planned attack. Now he's gone again. There he's back. He's getting messages. You still there? He's gone.
Oh, he's
He's hard to catch, that Jake Noling. I'll tell you what. He talked about just finding his legs last year. He found his legs this afternoon. This right here on YSN. There he is. He's back.
Not sure what's going on.
no one text Jake for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah. Just keep getting the calls, you know.
Who has made you the successful young man that you are today?
I'm gonna say the person that just called me is my dad, 100%.
Attaboy, Dad. Attaboy.
He's we've been throwing, baseballs, footballs, playing basketball in the backyard since I was, old enough to play. And it's definitely had a big impact on who I am and who I am as a player. And I look up to him a lot for that.
What about role models? Who are some people that you try to aspire to be when you're out there doing your thing?
Football wise, or like, what do you mean by
whatever.
that? I definitely, once again, my dad for sure. I love who he is as a person. I want to be just like him when I grow up. I admire who he is.
For you, you have obviously led a group. I mean, whether you wanted to or not, some of the positional opportunities that you've had to lead Crestview and, the football team specifically. For you, who are some of the guys you're incredibly proud of that you've been able to kind of take under your wing? And even as you graduate, you're going to be watching and take a little bit or a lot of bit of pride in what they're able to do.
Honestly, one person that has standing out a lot to me this offseason is Parker Biddle. He's one of our new offensive linemen. Last year was his first year of football, and he's came tremendously along. It's unbelievable. He's done great.
When you think about legacy you want to leave, impact you want to leave on this team, what are some things that you want to leave this program with after you graduate?
I definitely just want to leave, my leadership. I want people to carry that on. I'd like to see the juniors now step up to be leaders this year, as our senior class has been. So I'd love to see that.
All right, last question for you here, dude. We're talking to Jake Noling here of the Crestview Rebels. Jake, for you, I know on Friday nights, extremely special in the town of, in Columbia in general, but specifically in the black and gold of Crestview. For you, what makes it being part of that Friday nights, and especially donning the black and gold? What makes it so special for you?
Once again, the community. We have a great community around us. The home opener last week, it was unbelievable how many people were there. The stands were packed. It was loud, and I love going out and playing under the lights for them.
You are now absolutely allowed to leave. We appreciate you sticking around. You're good, Jake. We are proud of you, man. We're huge fans, in case you didn't know. We're excited to see what you do tomorrow night. Good luck tomorrow night and the rest of the season. You're always welcome here, man.
Thank you so much.
We're grateful for you stopping by twice, maybe even 3 times. We'll have to go back and rewind the tape. Ladies and gentlemen, quarterback number 1 for the Crestview Rebels, Mr. Jake Noling. Jake, thank you, buddy.
Thank you guys so much.
You got it. Take care. There he goes. This time on schedule. He's gone. So let's get back to where's the other one? I never get this one right. Is it this one? There it is. Got it. All right. Thanks to Jake Noling for stopping by. Thanks to his dad for probably. I'm gonna guess it went a lot like this. Dude, you did awesome. Because he was awesome. Just as he is every Friday night for the Crestview Rebels. And if you can't tell, I was a little amped up for that one, Andy. When you get a high-caliber player like Jake coming off a hot game, boy, oh boy.
It's the hottest ticket in town, and he did have a tremendous game in week 1. I think over 300 total all-purpose yards, 4 touchdowns total. So yeah, he was a monster, and he's going to be a monster all week. This Lakeview game is going to be a really fun game. It's going to be one of those premier matchups that we're going to see this week, because Lakeview's defense did their job in week 1. They won 10-7 in overtime. So when you hold a team, I don't care who it is, when you hold the team to 7 points, you're doing something right. So Lakeview's defense is going to come to play, and they're going to be circling Jake Noling a couple of times on the scouting report, trying to make sure that they're the ones to get the stop, and they can kind of control them. But Jake Noling's got some answers for everything you throw at him.
Number 2 is priority number 1.
Yes,
this week for Lakeview. I think that's going to be a banger, dude. I think that is going to be an absolute dogfight. No pun intended, Lakeview. But it's, I was going to say something else. But that's, when I say dogfight, why is it that Michael Vick's always the first thing that comes in my head? And I'm like,
Yeah,
dude,
got it.
why do I say that
And then
stuff?
it's like, oh.
Like, why? There will be no dogfighting.
There will be no dogfights.
I think the disclaimer at the beginning covers our tail a little bit, but there will be no actual dogfighting. In case you decided to show up because you thought there was it will not happen. It's just going to be a bunch of kids playing football. So sorry to burst your bubble there, but when you think about this game, this matchup, 2 1-0 teams going head to head. Anthony, we've been the source of a lot of heat that we put on the NE8, and we talked about that a little bit yesterday. I think the MVAC sits there and goes, "What about us?
Mm-hmm.
What about the schedules we have to go through?" I think this might be potentially the hot ticket of the night: Lakeview and Crestview, the battle of the views. So, I mean, you look a 3-point game-winning overtime win for Lakeview last week over Springfield, and now you've got Crestview, who just lit the world on fire last week. I like the way this feels. I like the interconference, or I guess it's not interconference, it'd be cross-conference battles that we're getting. I like it a lot. I think that that one is one that I'll have my eye on, certainly from the booth on tomorrow night.
It's gonna. I think when you look at the styles of football too, I mean, Crestview lost among their offensive output last week. Their defense was suffocating. So this could really be a very defensive game. 2 very good defenses that know how to hold people. This could be that one of those ones that was just like Lakeview's game in week 1. That a touchdown is hard to come by, and you're gonna have to work for your 7 points if you get it.
David Balestrino says RWO. We putting them up, the ram horns? I don't know if we can. I can't curl my fingers like a ram horn, but that's about as close as you would get. I don't know. They got to do something special out there. I got the one and only Andy Hake. I owe him a phone call. I was racing from, like I said, down the 7-Eleven corridor. Buddy, I was cooking. We talked about the Red Dragon yesterday. I was flying in the Gray Dragon, the Silver Bullet.
The Silver Bullet.
We were flying.
Lawfully. You weren't breaking any laws.
Yep.
Yep.
I'd like to thank all the fine men and women of our law enforcement for letting me have a pass. This particular day, I know my wife's sitting there and like, yay, idiot. Like, how many speeding tickets do you want? I feel that the team helmet needs moved up higher on the shelf now. Just saying. Hey, Dave, you want it? You got it.
All right, live on the show. Here we go.
All right, give me a second. Tap dance, Anthony.
If you guys don't know, there's like 12 helmets back there, at least 13. Well, there's one on every shelf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think there's like
Got a faulty helmet.
Oh, geez. Equipment malfunction.
Hang on. All right. Well, that didn't work out because I got to put my earbuds in somehow. Is this better, Dave?
Life's tough. Get a helmet. There you go.
We got a bunch of them, so life must be real tough over here.
When you.
This is still one of my favorite helmets, honestly. Like just the ram horns, like that's a classic look.
Oh,
classic look.
Did
He
you
says I
know
love it. You better
that
love
ram
it,
horn
David.
is the actual first design that the NFL, any NFL team put on a helmet was the Rams back in the
You
day.
for real?
Oh, absolutely. There's a little
Talk
nugget
again.
for you.
Oh.
Can you hear
I'm
me?
trying to be able to hear you without putting my
Oh,
earbuds
yeah.
in.
So yeah,
Not easy to do.
The OG helmet logo right there.
Sit still.
18 helmets, I think, on that shelf. And by the way, we will say that if you want your helmet featured on YSN Live, we are never going to say no to more helmets. So if you want your team on that shelf, hit the PO box up, give us some helmets, right?
And if you got any ibuprofen right now from my head, from wearing that helmet, goodness gracious! I make jokes a lot of time that I buy my clothing from Build-A-Bear, but that might be one of those helmets that Davey Balestrino got out of the gumball machine, like from back in the day.
Those finger helmets that were like,
I'm a little guy. Who do you guys have tomorrow? Salem or South Range? Ooh.
I don't know if you've heard, we don't do picks on this show.
Hey,
we try to stay away from
five
strays.
Star. Hey, you leave 5-star alone, okay? One of the greatest wrestlers I've ever seen in person. I'm being dead serious. Like you're laughing.
You can pick in the comments. We just don't pick. Me and DJ.
Oh, I know who 5-star's picking. He's without a doubt. He's a Salem guy through and through. There's no doubt.
Quakers.
Thomas, you're gonna watch zone coverage tonight if you want to hear the picks for any particular games. We have a ton of games we'll be picking tonight. I am in second place currently.
Uh-oh.
Second. I knew it.
Shocker.
There might be a South Range advocate on the show tonight. I don't know. See, I know. Like, legitimate. This dude is one of the greatest of all time, and has been on YSN when we did the wrestling back in the day. Quaker City Wrestling.
Yep.
5-star Thomas Adams, legend. I wondered where he went. Honest to God, I thought maybe he was able to climb the circuits, and one day I would just be watching Monday Night Raw, and there he would be. And I would say, Z-Man loving Monday Night Raw in WWE. And I was like, I wish that was still around, because I would take him to those indie shows, and he'd be able to meet guys like 5-star Thomas Adams, the legend. My mother is a senior. Bro, nope. My brother is a senior at Salem.
It was like, wait a minute.
Number 21. Dude.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Reading is tough. Sorry, TA. Appreciate you. Whoa. That got real sideways real quick. No, tonight we will have zone coverage starting at 4 p.m. Now, I've answered a few questions about zone coverage, and they're like, last week it was 5, this week it's 4. What time? Because we need consistency. Mm-hmm. Moving forward, it will be 6 p.m. Okay? Like, moving forward, as long as it's not a game, like we're at a game like we were last week, it's going to be 6 p.m. Games dictate we start a little bit earlier, just from a standpoint of there's a lot going on game night. So next week, I believe we have to get it confirmed, but I believe we're shooting for Beaver, Pennsylvania.
Ooh.
So, we'll talk a little bit Keystone football.
That's going to be fun, because I'm going to be in Beaver next Thursday for volleyball.
Oh, you don't say?
They have a really big matchup with Oak Glen out of West Virginia. That's going to be a knockdown, drag-out game. Beaver Bobcats went to the state semifinals last year, so we got to get them on the network, and I'm going to be down there on Thursday.
You don't say. Maybe that was meant to be. Maybe that was done on purpose. Sometimes we do that. Real Action Pro Wrestling? All right. Let's back. Go. 5-star is back.
Breaking news live in the comments section.
This is what happens. But, Anthony, I also wanted to bring attention that tongue-in-cheek, of course, we can't, quote-unquote, cover high school. We can't even cover high school, according to some people. and we've never covered YSU apparently, which was news to me. So the comment that was up yesterday, we're not going to spend too much time on this, but I want to address this. Comment that was up yesterday on a public, social media channel that was promoting us being at having the show tonight. Interesting comment, because we've been the home for Youngstown State University baseball for the last 6 years, 5 years, 6 years. I mean, it's been a while. I believe. Yeah. It was before COVID, because we had Ronnie Poe doing some COVID games when they shut it down. So yeah, at least 6 years. I would venture to guess 7 years. That we've been the home for Youngstown State University baseball. Here's what I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to say as highbrow as I possibly can on this and rise above, is that we have been doing the best we can, and I think we've been doing pretty daggone good for 9 years, right? We've made our fair share of mistakes, obviously. We have owned them. And we have continued to try to reinvest, not just in our schools, in our sponsors, in our student athletes, coaches, communities, in every way we possibly can, including financial. But when you're talking about time and resources and all this stuff, there's been a lot of people who have tried to do what we do at YSN and copy paste what we do at YSN. And those are the same people that, for whatever reason, have never been able to walk the road that we walk here at YSN. And listen, first and foremost, we're grateful, super grateful to the Lord above for giving us the opportunity to present sports and sports news, specifically sports news, without being the narrative of the story. It's not about us. It's about the kids, the coaches, the communities. That's what it's about for us.
And I'll also say we would never discourage people that want to try to do what we do and try to enhance the coverage of sports. When you can do it right, and you can kind of find your niche and be in there. Steel Valley Soccer, for example, does a tremendous job covering soccer in the area, better than we do, like point blank.
Well, point being, this morning, right?
Right.
I'm on another network promoting what they do, because I'm proud. I mean, anytime that you can put more positivity, more light on these student athletes, the coaches, and the communities in the world of sports, we are 100% all for it. Now, there was a time, trust me, that our competitive juices, we don't do that, right? But now, kind of like when you grow up, you mature a little bit, and you understand we're all trying to do the same thing here, and there's no bad thing as cover. Now, there is bad intentions.
Yep.
And that's where the signal gets lost a little bit. Our intentions are absolutely pure. And we love sports. We love sports from the lake to the river. We love sports in the state of Ohio. We love sports in the state of Pennsylvania. Hopefully, when we get Michigan and Indiana and West Virginia, we will love those sports just as much. What we do not tolerate are vampires of joy and vampires of what we're trying to accomplish and trying to knock us down a peg or two because of what we do. That's not tolerated. There's a certain individual that had a great following, and he did a great job of reporting scores. We have always kind of kept our arm's length from him. I will acknowledge that he's done a great job doing it. He's run into trouble along the way while doing it. That's not our scene. That's as close as you're going to get to me addressing that. When he's slinging mud at us, on a public forum that we're doing this for somebody else, saying that we don't cover YSU and we can't even cover football. What I'll tell you is, not only do we cover YSU, we cover them well, specifically when it comes to baseball. Doug Phillips is a friend of ours through not just football, but through life. And quite frankly, we'll cover who the hell we want as long as we are approved to do so. And when it comes to we can't even cover high school, buddy, show me somebody that does it better. Show me somebody, and I'm not trying to be an egotistical, you know what? Show me someone that worked as hard as we have, that has done it the way that we've done it for the right reasons, for those student athletes, those coaches, those communities, the districts, all of that, while taking money out of their own pocket and putting it into the pockets of others. All for sports. You never had a business, with all due respect. You had a hobby. And now your hobby is being a pain in our ass. And I'm telling you, you have to be very careful. This isn't a threat. You have to be very careful with how you approach that. We do too. But I'm telling you, if you're shaking the hands of our general managers and the roster that we have out in public, and you're saying that on social media, everything that everybody's saying about you is true. That's where I'll leave it. Anything to add?
I said this in a text to you last night. You can be a dreamer, don't live in the bed. If you're going to dream and want to do something special, you got to get out of the bed and you got to make it a reality.
Bingo.
Boom.
That's where we'll end that thing. I believe it has been removed, and not that we're going to sit there and nitpick at every comment that comes by, but that was one that drew quite a bit of attention by several people, including sponsors. So, hey, if you're living in a glass house, pal, you shouldn't be throwing stones.
No.
Oh boy,
it'll end very badly.
And you're living in like one of those, like, I don't even know if it's glass. Like, that is straw house.
It's candy glass.
And the big bad wolf's going to come. Don't worry. Don't worry. So, yeah, that's all we're going to say about that. And I'm sure that that'll probably garner more attention than it probably deserves. But it is what it is. And I'm very proud of the coverage that we bring. I think, again, I think we do it better than anybody else. I don't know anybody else in America other than the NFHS that does 40 high school football games in a week. Just doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. ESPN doesn't do that, you know? Huddle could do that, but that you're doing that for Huddle.
Huddle's a cop out. They don't have announcers. It doesn't count.
You're watching Recess. Consistently inconsistent. I hope that wasn't towards us, Davey, but we'll
take it.
We'll take it. I'll take that as a compliment. Consistently inconsistent. We're consistent, at least in that part of that word. But yeah, like we got zone coverage tonight. I'm excited for. Going to be a lot of people there. Anthony, where are you tonight, my friend?
I am taking my first trip to Crestview of the season. The Rebels are going to play their fourth game in 4 days. They have Brookfield on tap. It should be a good MVAC matchup, but also a milestone matchup for Brookfield because their setter Riley Burge is just 4 assists away from 1,000 in her career, so we'll be able to have that on the network as well.
We want to shout out, and you're going to have to help me with this from a name standpoint. I know that there was a record-setting situation in Lisbon 2 nights ago. Does that ring a bell?
Addison Anderson. I think she broke a couple of records. I think she broke the aces in a match record and also service points in a match record as Lisbon was able to sweep Latonia. I'm going to get the numbers real quick because I have the numbers in an email from Coach Dana. So I got to
I want to
I
say
want to
28
get
is a
these
number.
numbers right.
Is 28 a number, I believe? Am I making that up? Am I consistently inconsistent?
All right, so Addison Anderson broke the single game scoring record, which is service points. So, how many points you're on the line serving for, with 48 service points in the game.
I was a
Now
little bit
you
off.
sweep, so you have 75, points you get. By the way, so they swept. So, 48 out of 75. That's not bad when you're talking about how many points you get for your team on the service line.
Wow.
And she also has the aces record in a match with 18, which was formerly 16. So, service points, aces, both those records are now belonging to the sophomore Addison Anderson from Lisbon.
Hey, Addie, congratulations. Double A, Addie Anderson, now a record holder in Lisbon. Another record that is, I believe, is on the precipice of being broken is Ashton Hinchcliffe, who is on the precipice of, I believe, being the all-time leading rusher at Lisbon, if I'm not mistaken.
Wouldn't
I think
surprise
that's the
me.
one. I think that's the one he's about to break. Everybody was on watch in week 1, but week 2, I think that could be the week, and certainly he'll do it this season.
We've had first 2 weeks of the volleyball season. We've had three program records get broken. Anna Toy broke the record for kills in a match against Lakeview, 28 kills in the match, broke Lenny Ritter's record, and then Lordstown actually had a record get broken with the same serving, 14 aces in a match for Kylie Waz from Lordstown. So we've had some records already, and it's only been 2 weeks get broken in the volleyball world.
James Heath chiming in on the Salem versus South Range matchup, which I think a lot of people are going to have their eyes on. You can see me preview it tonight with Brittany Bissell on Channel 21 WFMJ. Thanks again to Burnett Pools, Spas, and Hot Tubs for sponsoring that. Brittany for always accommodating my needs when it comes to the shiftiness of the schedule during the week. Brittany's been unbelievable. Like we used to do that in the morning, like 10 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday, and then it would air on Thursday. And I'm like, Britt, there's no good time. There's no good time, but I want to do this. Like I sound like I don't want to. I want to do this, but like the schedule is so ridiculous right now with all the things, especially early on in the football season. Things will cool down probably week 6-ish, and they kind of like everybody starts. The teams that are not having a good season will automatically turn their attention to basketball season. Quietly. I don't want. There's not a whole lot of white flags waving. I'll tell you that. But you kind of subtly shift your attention to, I wonder how many points I can put up in a game in hoop season, even though it's still football season. And coaches start playing those players, those younger players, those seniors that don't get a whole lot of playing time. Then they start getting in. It's a natural progression. Like we're not, doing anything to, journalism to unveil any secrets of high school football, but it's jam packed. Like everybody still, even if they're 0-1 or 1-0, feels like they still got a shot at the title because conference hasn't started yet. Conference hasn't started yet, which that's another milestone in any season that I love about football season because most of them don't start until week 4.
Right.
Most of them, it's okay, now we go. And then people go, well, what? You went from this many games to this many games. Why? Well, that's because they're interconference battles, and
Right.
we have one team doing it. So we don't have to send a team to Shadyside or, wherever it may be, Van Loo, in order to get a game because they're playing each other. And then, the number of games shrink, but people don't think of it like that. They're like, oh, well, they should have 40 and they only have 28. That's because they're all playing each other. That's how it goes. So that's kind of how, inside baseball right there. So is there a game this week that you're particularly looking forward to watching during the audible call?
I know we already said it, but it's honestly Crestview and Lakeview. That's one that I kind of circled after week 1 was done last week when we kind of understood like that was going to be a week 2 matchup. I was like, that's going to be a really fun game. I also want to see East Palestine Wyndham because that's going to be kind of a revenge game for East Palestine. Last year they won the first game of the year, but then Wyndham brought them back down to earth a little bit. I think East Palestine wants to kind of use this as a barometer to how they are compared to last year based on what they can do against Wyndham this time around.
It's an interesting dialogue happening in Bulldog country right now because, it's a new era, no matter which way you slice it up. And when you lose that many linemen, a record-setting all-Ohio quarterback, whether you want to or not, the new era, the new chapter begins. And we talked to Coach Dempster about it. You can see it on ysnlive.com. But I think, Anthony, the biggest thing, and I want your opinion on this, there's a negative connotation to it's the new chapter. It's a new era, right? There's a lot of people that bump it up, but like in high school, I feel like it's seen as a negative. Do you see it as a negative? Not necessarily for Palestine, but anytime someone says it's a new chapter, it's a new beginning, right, it's a new era, do you see that as a negative connotation?
I don't personally, but I kind of see where those people might hear that and think that it's like a diss on the old era. Oh, we have a new era. What was wrong with the old era? It's kind of like, why are we like, why don't we just call it the next era? The next era, because when you kind of feel like it's a new era, it kind of has this feeling of we had to fix something about the old era, or we had to fix something about what was happening last year, which not the case in East Palestine. They had a great season. They went to the playoffs. There's nothing wrong with the old era of East Palestine football, especially when you're talking about last year. New era just means, hey, we have new players stepping up, new names that you have to learn, and new faces that are going to be superstars in the team. So new era, but nothing knocking the old era for sure.
Certainly a new era in Louisville. I mean, the quarterback they had last year, Ricky Wilrich, is still there and providing some guidance. But new coach, some new opportunities in Louisville, but they end up a winner in week 1 over what I think is going to be an underrated Columbiana team. Yeah. For you, when you guys were tracking that score, that was one of the later scores that we had. What did you like seeing about what Louisville has to offer?
I think they finished well. I mean, it's really hard in week 1 to know how you're going to play in the fourth quarter. You've been conditioning all summer to kind of get ready for that, but you just never know how well your team's going to be conditioned. And the way they finished that game, that score was a little bit more, separated than that game really was. I mean, it was a close game down the stretch, and then last couple of drives, Louisville was the one that put their foot on the gas pedal down the stretch. That's hard to do for a smaller school to be like, hey, we're going to be well conditioned in week 1 to go out there and finish the game strong in the fourth quarter. That's what I was most impressed with the Rockets. They finished really strong.
And I know we talked about Latonia at length earlier this week. We had 4 interviews, if you include the athletic director, Nick Safara. But you look at what my timeline is filled with. Maybe it's just because of who I'm, attached to. There's a lot of chatter about the junior high Latonia Bears and what the potential. They're starting 2-0 on the season, and you look at that and you go, wait a minute, what do we got here in Latonia? What do we have here
it's one of those
in Latonia?
Chris Berman, Latonia? Latonia? But yeah, here comes a group of Bears that is just hungry. And you can see it from the youth. They're starting to feed into what the varsity is doing. They see them win. And we want to win too. We don't want this to be a one-trick pony. And I think Latonia has a good chance to go 2-0. I mean, they're playing a team that is very comparable to them again this week. So 2-0 Bears. Can you imagine seeing that? That would be one of the things that would be talked about again next week is not only of Latonia 1-0, now they're 2-0.
Wow. Boy, things would get real loud in Latonia. I love it. I've always pushed back against JV and 7th and 8th grade stuff, but I got to be honest, man. I'm starting to buy it. I'm starting to like the idea of potentially doing some of those games, some big marquee games at the 7th and 8th grade level. And if it's a big JV game, why not? I mean, there's an element to YSN of, hey, like we want you to get to varsity, but we're doing youth leagues and all that stuff. There's a lot of talent coming up. We see it in the sophomore class this year, but those sophomores were once 7th and 8th graders. So to be able to introduce you to them prior to high school might be something to it. What else do we have tonight, Ant? From a live game standpoint, I'm give you a minute to tap dance.
Let's look at the spreadsheet and see what we got for tonight, which is the only August 28th, 2025 you're going to get, so let's make it a good one.
Make it the best one.
We have a really good variety of sports because we got baseball. The Scrappers are back home for a series. Ty Bartell has the Scrappers hosting West Virginia. We have 2 football games on the network, Trinity at Western Reserve. Warren JFK traveling to Garfield. That one will be on Garfield's broadcast network, but we simulcast it, so you'll be able to find it on our live games page. Derek Rhodes holding his hand up again, going to Western Reserve.
Thank you, Derek.
Thank you, Derek. We have 4 volleyball games on the network. Western Reserve at Camel will be on, and then we also have Brookfield at Crestview. I'll be there. Eric Hughes going to travel to Lowville for Springfield versus the Rockets, and Joe Eusebio in the Clipper hangar as Columbiana welcomes in United. And then we stroll down to soccer. We have a doubleheader tonight in Hubbard. The Hubbard boys are going to be covering Hubbard girls soccer at 5:30, and the boys will follow Brady Fabrizio and Lucas Manzo on the call for those 2 games as well. They did volleyball on Tuesday. They're doing soccer on Thursday. Love the work the Hubbard students are putting in for coverage of Hubbard athletics. Let's go.
Love them boys. Attaboy. Attaboy, boys. I'm excited, man. What a great night of sports on the network, and it all starts with the Zone Coverage Show presented by Youngstown Clothing Company. Myself, Sam Torres, Greg McAfee, and Rob Johnson will be there. Steve Leslie will be one of our guests among the many. You never know who's going to show up tonight at the Varsity Club. That we're taking a little bit of a push, a little bit of a hey. We're going to nudge it a little bit. Introducing some football, introducing some college into the high school show primarily. We'll see how it goes. No promises.
And don't forget, hey, there's a pretty big game at YSU on Friday. And there's still a high school element to what we're doing tonight as well. Ursuline going to be hosting Bishop Hartley. So,
yeah, a little bit of a ball game. And I don't know that anybody's raising their hand like Derek Rhodes is for us to get in front of the steam engine that are the Ursuline Fighting Irish this particular campaign. So Bishop Hartley, didn't they just play Hoban?
No, that was Harvest Prep.
Harvest Prep.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
Harvest
My
Prep.
Apologies.
Close.
Hey, don't matter. You don't stand on the track when the train's coming through. Nobody knows that better than me. So with all that being said, it is time for our Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark? Presented by Joe Dickey Electric. They are everything electrical, and you can visit them on the web 24/7, 365, just like YSN. Tell them YSN sent you. Here, click the right one. What's your spark, Ronald?
So I saw something pretty cool this first couple of weeks of the volleyball season from a first-year head coach. They were playing, and their team had a pretty emotional loss. It was a very close competitive game. They made some tough mistakes down the stretch, and you could tell watching it that their girls were starting to get a little bit antsy during the loss. And she had the confidence as a first-year head coach, take her team in the locker room, have extra time with them to get some stuff out that need to get out, right? And there were some people, maybe some parents that were maybe thought they were in there a little bit too long. It wasn't as quick as a normal post-game, conversation. But to all you new coaches out there, do what's best for your team in that circle. Don't worry about what the outside circle has to say about what you're doing. Do what you know is best. She did what she knew was best. She knew she had to get some of the emotions of the team out there, had to air them out quickly so they didn't fester, and took the time to do that. And I applaud the confidence and the willpower to be able to do that as a first-year head coach. Pretty dang impressive. So new head coaches out there, don't be afraid to kind of assert what you're going to be doing as a culture into your program.
Well, I'm betting there's a few coaches out there that are ears wide open for that one. And basically, in layman's terms, don't be a square, coaches. Worry about your circle. That should be a T-shirt. A really lame T-shirt, but a T-shirt nonetheless.
It'll probably not be the saying on the All-Star shirts for volleyball.
Trademark 2025 YSN. That will not be the saying on the back of the YSN volleyball T-shirts. Don't be a square. Worry about your circle. This message brought to you by Smokey the Bear. Why Smokey? I don't know. It feels like something you said. Oh boy. Hey, easy, pal.
Today's episode brought to you by the letter Y for YSN.
As in, why the hell are we still talking? Why the hell aren't we canceled? My spark is going to go out similar to yours, Anthony, to those coaches who are looking to buck the trend, those coaches that are newly established, and those coaches that are trying to recreate what was once good. Some of these coaches, I mean, it's tough for them. It's a tough vibe. They're coming into parts unknown, places that they've never been before. They've heard about. They signed up for it, obviously, with their resumes, and some of these coaches, quite honestly, didn't. They're in there because they want to make sure that the game continues, that the sport continues, that they can give back to the next generation of student athletes. Parents, looking at you, relax, take it down a notch. Also looking at you whenever, if you lose, if your son or daughter loses, relax. Not the end of the world. Probably not going to lose a scholarship over a loss. From that standpoint, be grateful when you have a good coach. Be grateful when you have a great staff of coaches that your son or daughter is able to do. Because, quite frankly, as a parent now, I understand it's not always going to be a situation where your kid listens to you all the time. So you need to have people in their life, influencers in their life that they listen to and you can trust, more importantly, that they're giving good advice and valuable advice, not just for the game, but and for life. So parents, please be patient with those coaches because it's not something that those relationships, they don't form overnight. They form over seasons and years. And certainly, I've said it before, some of the biggest role models and some of the biggest influencers in my life were coaches that I had along the way, and I still call them coach to this day. I still ask for their advice to this day, and certainly you don't want to change that. You don't want to jeopardize that because none of us are going to be on this big rock forever, and we're always going to have and need someone that we can turn to when the going gets tough. So that is the Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark presented by Joe Dickey Electric 24/7, 365 at DickeyElectric.com. Anthony, great show today. You will be, again, at Crestview tonight. We're excited to have that game, as always, in the Rebel Dome. I will be at zone coverage on the campus of the Varsity Club. We want you to come on out. Party starts at 4 o'clock. So does the show, coincidentally. So come on out, have some fun. Maybe you throw it through the perfect pass through the window, brought to you by Window Depot, and you win $200 tonight. Or maybe we'll just roll it over to $300 next week. If there are no winners, somebody will win, even if that's the Rich Center for Autism at the end when we cut a check for $1,000 or whatever's left. We will certainly take care of it because that's what we do. We always pay it forward. We always pass it forward. Forward progress here at YSN. That's what it's always about. Anthony, I cannot thank you again enough for taking time out today and putting up with some of the crap that we have to put up with. And you get to see, and we either highlight or we don't, right here on YSN Live. Any final thoughts?
Blinders, man. Put the blinders on. They can't touch us. So head down. Let's go.
Like this? Like Stevie Wonder blinders?
You can't, do all this.
Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? That's pretty good.
That was actually.
Yeah. Karaoke night at the Varsity Club tonight. 4 o'clock start. On behalf of Anthony Hartwig, we want to thank Jake Noling of the Crestview Rebels for stopping by the show today. If you want to be interviewed, reach out to us, info@ysnlive.com, or hit us up on social media. It's just that easy. Come on, make it happen. We know you want to be. Don't make us chase you. Jump on the show. We appreciate it. That's going to do it for us. As always, Anthony, may the sports be with you, pal.
And you, my friend.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.